Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We continue from verse number 33 onwards. Chapter 4, verse number 33. Verse number 33 reads, Shreyan Dravyamayat Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karma Kilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. Shreyan Dravyamayan Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karma Kilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. The sacrifice of wisdom is superior to the sacrifice of wealth, O Parantapa. All actions without exception culminate in wisdom. This Jnana Yajna, what he referred to as Swadhyaya. This Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna Arjuna is far superior to Dravya Yajna. All actions culminate in wisdom. All actions without exception culminate in wisdom. First, all actions without exception culminate in wisdom means all actions means all yajna karmas. That is implied here. It's not all action means not the general discussion of selfish, unselfish, selfless actions we talk about here. In this context, all action means all yajna type of actions without exception, completely in its entirety, takes you to wisdom. Because he's making the direct statement. Sarvam karma akilam partha jnane parisamapyate. It will give you wisdom. A direct declaration. Of these, sacrifice of wisdom, the jnana yajna is superior to dravya yajnat. Yajnat means plural. In comparison to all other yajnas, jnana yajna is superior, best. Now, why he is making the one hand, he is saying all takes to wisdom. On the other hand, he is saying this is superior to the rest. Now, again you feel like asking him, say one thing. Again you feel like telling him, say one thing very clearly. All yajnas culminate in wisdom means there cannot be a superiority. If you are bringing in a superiority, then, and this contradiction he is saying in the same verse, or rendu verse kaichi contradiction kudutha kuda it is okay. We will miss it. Because we are all, when we study this verse, we miss the previous verse, no? So therefore, if he talks in that way, at least we can understand. In the same verse, he is saying all yajnas without exception culminate in wisdom. Arjuna, jnana yajna is superior to all other yajnas. Now, what is this jnana yajna superior to all other wisdom? Jnana Yajna is Shreyan. Jnana Yajna is superior because Jnana Yajna gives moksha directly. Jnana Yajna is the direct path for moksha, liberation. Other yajnas is a preparation to come to Jnana Yajna. He maintains the same tune that he starts from chapter 3. Karma Yoga and all other yajnas is a preparation for inner purification. That inner purification, you come to Jnana, you gain this, you are qualified for Jnana Yoga, and Jnana Yoga gives moksha. This is the tune. He doesn't change the tune. Is superior because all other are indirect means. Dravya yajna and other types of yajna are indirect means. What are the other type of yajnas? Again, we refer to the previous verse number 28, where he spoke about dravya yajna, tapo yajna, yoga yajna, swadhyaya, jnana yajna. So what he is referring to here is the swadhyaya jnana yajna. Why it is superior? Because it gives moksha directly. Sakshan mokshaika sadhanam. This is the direct path for Atmabodha. He says, Sakshan mokshaika sadhanam. This is the direct means for liberation. Jnanam is the direct means for liberation. Rest aids in gaining knowledge. So, the indirect means and then the direct means. The indirect means, the direct means. And that which gives direct is always not superior in the sense of inferior. It gives you the Shreyas. Why it gives you the Shreyas? Because it can directly lead to moksha. Second, why this is superior? Because in all other yajnas, you can get stuck somewhere. You can get stuck somewhere and you can be lost in that. In Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna, that is not. In Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna, that is not possible. The possibility of getting stuck doesn't happen here. Why? Because you are constantly doing this abhyasa. You know that you have not yet realized the self, and you know that the purpose is to realize the self. So right till the end, the possibility of getting stuck is not possible here. In all other yajnas, you can get stuck. If you are not careful, in all other yajnas, you can get stuck in those yajnas itself. Meaning, you can get stuck in your very goodness. You can get stuck in your very unselfishness. In your own goodness, you can be stuck. In your own unselfishness, you can be stuck. No doubt it is better, but still you are stuck. No doubt it is better. No doubt it is good than being selfish and self-centered. But still you will be stuck. In Jnana Yajna, that doesn't. In Jnana Yajna, it doesn't happen. Why? Because Jnana Yajna says it's not erudition, it's not scholarship, it's not the number of books you have read, it's not the number of discourses you can give, it is not how elaborately you can explain. All that doesn't come under Jnana Yoga. And what is Jnana Yoga? Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna. What is Jnana Yoga? Nitya Anitya Viveka. That being Jnanam, you are supposed to constantly, when you are constantly in the process of Nitya and Anitya, you don't get stuck. Our problem is, if I keep on doing this Nitya, 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 life will get too boring, no sir. Life will get, okay, in class we will listen to it. After that, we have to get back to our normal life. No, then only life will continue. No, if we constantly keep doing this Nitya, 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 what we will do in life? After that, what we will? After this, what we will do? You will attain moksha. What you will do? You will get moksha. Sir, mokshatnala enna prayojanam? What is the benefit of moksha? Avladhan. That person is not qualified for jnana yajna. Go back to the preparatory practices. Supposing the person asks, what is the benefit of moksha? What is the benefit of wealth? You can ask. What is the benefit of name and fame? You can ask. And if you ask, what is the benefit of moksha? Krishna says, go back to karma yoga. Start all over again. And one day you will mature and come to recognize what jnana yajna is. Jnana yajna is superior. When we say jnana yajna, you have to be again very clear in what is jnana yajna. Giving away sacrifice of wisdom. Sacrifice of wisdom. Also, jnana yajna is superior because how much ever you give, it doesn't diminish. In all other things you give, something diminishes. In jnana yajna, nothing diminishes. More you teach, more you learn. Whether the other is understanding or not, we really don't know. More you teach, more you learn. So, in jnana yajna, nothing diminishes. Just as when you light, there is one lamp. From that one lamp, you light a millions of lamps. But that original lamp doesn't, that light is not lost in any way. So in that sense, you give, you don't lose. Therefore, jnana yajna is superior. What is jnana yajna? The segregation of subject and object itself is illusory. That is jnana yajna. The two things, as subject and object itself, is ajnanam. It is only, essentially, it is only one. That is jnana yajna. Again I repeat, jnana yajna is the recognition that there are no two subject and object. There is no two. God and the devotee of God, that duality doesn't exist in jnana. That is superior. What is jnanam? Where the duality, what is the duality? The devotee and to that which you are devoted to. That segregation doesn't exist. That is jnana yoga. So, from any angle, if you look at it, see, I'm just repeating, I'm just summarizing it very fast because all this we have dealt with elaborately. I'm not going into the details of any one of these statements. All that we have dealt elaborately, I'm summarizing. Why? Because he is summarizing. All yajnas culminate in wisdom. Abdin culminate panitarna, avladhan, don't worry. Rest of the Bhagavad Gita, you will not hear yajna karma anymore. All yajnas culminate in wisdom. Athoda yajna is over. Abada. We also get a relief. In the corona lockdown looks like you don't finish the 12 yajna portion. I'm summarizing because he has concluded. All yajnas culminate in wisdom is the conclusion. Before that, he is making an extraordinary statement. What is that? Jnana yajna is superior, O Parantapa. Jnana yajna is superior. On what basis it is called superior? On what basis we call it as superior? That's why I'm giving the various various points on which we call it as when we means not we, the Shastra, the Vedanta calls it as superior. Where the segregation doesn't exist. What is the segregation? The segregation of devotee and to that which you are devoted to. The duality doesn't exist. Where there is duality, the Nitya Anitya Viveka Vichara comes. Are you able to follow? Now we are working backwards. We are seeing duality. Since we are seeing the duality, we are working backwards. What is working backwards? Of the two, what is Nityam? What is Anityam? Since I am seeing the two, I am bringing in the distinction. What is it? The constant vichara I am doing. The constant inquiry. What is inquiry? What is Nitya and what is Anityam? What is permanent? What is impermanent? Since this direct vichara gives you moksha, he says, the sacrifice of wisdom is superior. Shreyan. See, the Shreyan gardu in the English la superior, we have to translate. Direct benefit it gives. That's what it means. Shreyas. The Sanskrit word Shreyas doesn't mean superior. But in English, we have to use the word superior. What it means is, it gives you the direct. Shreyas is that which gives you the direct benefit. Ultimately, all yajnas culminate in wisdom. What is the wisdom? Jnane parisamapyate. Ultimately, everything results in wisdom. What is the ultimate in wisdom? All yajnas. Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. The oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. The identity of subject and the object is Jnana. So all yajnas culminate in wisdom, Arjuna. Now, I am not going into the details of the description of the four yajnas. How this Draga, what is Dravi yajna, Tapo yajna, Yoga yajna, Swadhyaya yajna. I am not discussing those. I am not discussing those details. For just now we finished that. Dravya yajna, material wealth. Tapo yajna, physical. Yoga yajna, giving emotion and knowledge. Distinct and different from all that is Jnana Yajna. And we have to add the word Swadhyaya. What he uses there. He is not using the word Swadhyaya. In the course of understanding, we add the word Swadhyaya and say Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna. Sacrifice of wisdom. Yajna means service and sacrifice. Yajna means service and sacrifice. That's what yajna is, to put it very simply. These four yajnas talks about the service and sacrifice in the ascending order. Dravya yajna is the lowest. Better than that is physical. Better than that is emotional. Better than that is intellectual. This emotional and intellectual is combined as one yajna, and then comes giving, sacrificing, serving the temporary. Sacrificing for the temporary. Serving the temporary. Vis-a-vis saying that you are not limited, you are not temporary. Are you able to distinguish the difference? One is to serve and sacrifice for the temporary. Another thing is to say you are not temporary. You are not limited. One thing is to serve the limited. What is serving the limited means? Body is limited, mind is limited, intellect is limited, the world is limited. One is to serve the limited. Another thing is to say, another thing is to explain, Another thing is to make everybody realize that the very belief that you think, the very notion that you have that you are limited itself is wrong. For you are the infinite. For you are the self. That is called Jnana Yajna. And when you are conferring the infinite status, it's not conferring, when you are educating the person about their true nature, automatically that gives better Shreyas, no? Automatically that gives better Shreyas. Shreyas means benefit which doesn't diminish. Shreyasa, they say. Shreyas means what? Benefit that should not diminish. In all other Shreyas, the benefits, the benefit will diminish. What is the diminishing? You give money, that fellow will spend it, he comes back to zero. It is diminished. You give emotions, you give knowledge. For this Janma, it is okay. For this Janma, it is okay. What about that fellow moving into the next? You are attending to the Sharira. But what about the Jiva? You are not doing anything to the Jiva at all. So this Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna, Yoga Yajna, all that is the benefit that is done to the Sharira. The Jnana Yajna deals with the Jiva and it says you are not the Jiva. In that sense, it is long-term benefit. In that sense, it doesn't diminish at all. Lastly, to do Jnana Yajna, you need a penetrating capacity. To do Jnana Yajna, you should be convinced first of all that there is this Jiva which is occupying the Sharira and that Jiva has to be helped. That you need to be convinced. If you yourself is stuck at the level of the body, mind, intellect, what would appear as better service to you? What will look like better service to you? Serving the body, mind and intellect only will look like service to you. No, I will not develop this penetrating capacity. Let the Shastra shout on top of their ways, whatever they want to shout. I will be stuck to the body, mind, intellect component only. Because of me stuck to body, mind, intellect component, what I will conclude? Dravya Yajna is superior, Tapo Yajna is superior, Yoga Yajna is superior, Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna doesn't exist at all. என்னதான் சுவாத்தியாய யஜ்ஞம் எல்லாம் பேசினா கூட ஒரு செக் கொடுத்தா what a joy it gives. I don't know whether giving you is joyful or not. When I receive it, it is very joyful. Swadhyaya, where is the Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna superior giving Shreyas Allah? How does it even connect? You need that penetrating capacity. What is that penetrating capacity? To look at you not as the Sharira, but you understand yourself as when you understand yourself not as the Sharira, but as the Jiva, and Shreyas has to be done to the Jiva, not to the Sharira. And what is Shreyas to the Jiva? Shreyas to the Jiva is Jnanam. What is the Jnanam? You have a separate existence from God. You have a separate identity from God is Ajnanam. You and God don't share separate identities. You and God share the same identity. Tat Tvam Asi. Tat Tvam Asi. This is Jnana Yajna. and we understand at least theoretically that it is superior. Superficially they are different, essentially one. That is jnana. This is the definition of knowledge. Superficially they appear to be different, essentially they are the same, is knowledge. Superficially distinctions exist, but essentially the distinctions do not exist. And jnanam is looking at the essential, not paying attention to the superficial. Dravya yajna, tapo yajna, yoga yajna and all attend to the periphery. Jnana yajna attend to the core. Vedanta says leave the periphery and get to the core. And to get to the core, you need that penetrating capacity. But I don't have that penetrating capacity. Looks like it is very tough and difficult and all that. Looks like it is very impractical. Looks like it doesn't help immediately. So when I'm having all these kind of samshayas, when I'm having all these kind of doubts, what do? Go back to Shravana and Karma Yoga. Go back to Shravana and Karma Yoga. That's why Swamiji keeps on saying, keep listening, keep listening, keep listening, keep listening. Why? Because the doubts are not yet cleared. Doubt still remains the fundamental doubt remains the same only. Therefore, Jnana Yajna is superior to all other yajnas. But Arjuna, don't worry. Don't lose heart. All yajnas culminate in wisdom. All yajnas culminate in wisdom. Sarva karma akilam. Beautiful word. Sarvam karma akilam. Akilam means without exception. 12 yajnas that I spoke about, Arjuna, without exception, it leads you to wisdom. Of that, some are preparation, one is direct. The same idea Shankaracharya takes in Atma Bodha, and he gives example of Pakasya Vahnivat Jnanam. Just as fire is the direct means for cooking. So there are certain preparatory practices and then there is the direct aid. So Jnana Yoga is superior because it gives the direct aid. Is it okay? Now comes the very extraordinary verse. எவ்வளோ கேட்டாலும் இந்த சம்சய போக மாட்டேன்றது. How much ever you hear, how much ever you do, the samshaya is not going. How much ever you hear, how much ever you listen, how much ever you will be talking about this to others, the fundamental doubt doesn't leave. What to do? How to gain this jnanam? What is it that you are missing that you are not able to gain this jnana? Such an important verse. And you can spend janmas on this verse. Don't worry, I will not spend many janmas. Verse number 34 that we are going to read now. You can spend, literally you have to spend many janmas on this verse. Then only it gets, then only the samshaya goes. Now he is coming to a very practical point of saying, How much ever you hear and listen and understand and all that, what is it that you are missing? That jnanam is not happening. What is it that you are missing? He's providing that link. He's providing that link. The way in which he elaborated the 12 yajnas, he didn't elaborate anything here. He just says it and he quickly moves on to the next idea. From 35 onwards, he will move on to the next idea. And this verse number 34 that we are going to study now is the vital link. The vital link of what is missing that you are not able to gain. People ask, we have been listening to it for decades, for janma, but nothing seems to happen. What all the benefit, that knowledge, what all Vedanta says, the benefit is going to come to you. Adala kinchit, not even little bit is coming. Okay, here and there I am able to manage the worldly problems. Here and there I am able to handle all that. I am okay, sir. But the way in which the benefits and moksha, the quality of life that you are talking about and all is not happening. Though having heard and known the knowledge so much, what is it? Verse number 34 we will read. Verse number 34 we will read. Very beautiful, oft-quoted, very famous mantra, very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. 34. I am reading verse number 34. Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyante te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Tatviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Very rarely he gives a command. Krishna is such a wonderful teacher. He never commands. He never gives anything as a direct command. Tat vidhi. Tat vidhi is a command. Tat vidhi means know that. Tat vidhi, know that. It's a command. You have to, it is a command. We don't receive it as a command, is our problem. Yeah, Satyam Vada is a command. We don't receive it. It is our problem. So the command he is giving. What is the command? Tat vidhi. Tat means that. Vidhi, know. Tat vidhi, know that. What you should know? Jnanam. Jnanam can be known only what? Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Then upadekshyante. Then they will teach you. அதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே பண்ணாமே ஜூம்ல வந்து டீச் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கல. What is that? Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. அதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே இல்லாமே then they will teach you. Lacking these three, jnanam doesn't come at all, because you lack these three. What is that three? Tat vidhi, know that. Pranipatena, may you know. May you know, you will know that. From whom? The wise one who have realized the truth. Know that from the one who has realized the truth, and they will teach you, and their teaching will make a change in you only when you have pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Each and every word I will explain in detail. Each and every word we will take up in detail. First thing is pranipatena. Pranipatena means namaskara. Adam pranipate. Pranipatena means prostration. Prostration. Yeah. You can't ask a 60-year-old fellow to prostrate alone. Body will prostrate. The ego will stand erect only. I have seen it any number of times. Body will prostrate. Behind that body, you can see the ego. Yeah. யாராவது prostrate பண்ணா அவங்க spine பார்த்தா போறோம். It will be so erect. The ego is so erect. The ego doesn't bend at all. So namaskaraha means it's not the bending of the body, it is the bending of the ego. What is ego bending means? What is ego bending means? What is ego bending means? Huh? What does bend of ego means? Ego bending means I will do what you ask me to do. That is bending. Ego is bending means I will do what I am asked to do. What I am told to do, what I am asked to do, I will do it. That is the bend of ego. That is the ego. Symbolically represented by the namaskaraha, ashtanga namaskaraha, where the entire thing is where the whole thing lies flat on the ground. Pranipatena, prostration. Pariprasnena. After prostration, you do questioning. Prasnena, questioning. Pariprasnena, a unique type of questioning. A special type of questioning. What is that pariprasnena means? I know you are right. I am convinced you are right. You na yaru? You na yaringa? Guru. Correct. Suresh. Correct. Guru. I know you are right. But the mind in me is not yet willing to. The mind in me is not accepting that. The mind in me is not recognizing that. அதை கேட்க வைக்கணும்னா ஏதாவது ஒரு ரீசன் கொடுக்கணும் அதுக்கு. Therefore, give me some reason to quieten the mind. That is pariprasnena. புரியுதா? My mind is not willing because my mind, நீங்க சொல்றதெல்லாம் கரெக்ட், ஆனா நான் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டேன் அதை தான் நான் பண்ணுவேன் இல்லையா? நருக் சேகர் அப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம் இல்லையா? நீங்க என்ன வேணா சொல்லுங்க, அதெல்லாம் நான் கேட்க மாட்டேன். நான் முடிவு பண்ணாதான் நான் பண்ணுவேன். அதுக்கு bless me. How blessing will be done? பண்ண சொல்றத பண்ண சொல்லணும். I'm saying do something and then bless me. It is meaningful. I have decided to murder somebody. Bless me. That I will murder. How it is possible? That fellow also says, God bless you. That is why he always says, bless me, God bless you. He will never say, I am blessing. Why? Because where is that blessing possible? I have decided to do what I want to do and then bless me. Yeah, I'm just using Shekhar as an example. ஏன்னா அவர் தான் செத்த பாம்பு மாதிரி அடிச்சுனே இருக்கலாம் அவர். அதனால I'm using him as an example. வேற யாராவது எக்ஸாம்பிள் யூஸ் பண்ணா கேமராவை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. அதனால I'm being very careful. சேகர் கரெக்டா? அதனாலதான் இல்ல வேற யாரையாவது சொன்னா டபால்னு கேமரா க்ளோஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா அப்புறம் I will not know who I am talking to. No. Why this knowledge is not yet materializing? Are you able to follow? Why this knowledge is not materializing? Because Because that pariprashnena, what is pariprashnena? Doubt is to the mind, and this mind is not cooperating. Give me some reason to quieten that mind of mine. Adu pariprashnena. I have a doubt, sir. Clarify the doubt. He will say, go back to Karma Yoga. Immediately go back to Karma Yoga. Why? Because it is only prashnena, but not pariprashnena. Are you able to follow the difference? Reasoning is not for my conviction. The mind in me is not cooperating. Adu doubts. Adu vandu doubt pattukitte irukudhu inno. Adu vandu stubborn ah irukudhu. It is not yielding. It is not willing to let go. It is not willing to bend. Give me some reasoning. Give me some reasoning so that I can convince what? I can convince this ahankara of mine. This ahamkara of mine, this ahambhava of mine needs some reasoning. Give me some reasoning to that. Adu pariprashnena. Purida? Prashnena sonnale porum, questioning da. What is pariprashnena? This ahambhava of mine, this ahamkara of mine is not willing to bend, is not willing to reason. What should I do? Give me some reasoning. இதெல்லாம் தான் அந்த உபனிஷத் படிக்கணும்ன்றது. இதெல்லாம் அந்த உபனிஷத்திக் level. Prashnopanishad says the boy goes and surrender to this. This happens in Prashnopanishad. He goes and surrenders to the Guru and says, give me this knowledge. He says, Eka samvatsara, be here and keep doing service. After one samvatsara, I will check on you and then decide to answer you. Eka samvatsarana, 1 year. Question is asked today, answer will be given 1 year later. Appo kuda I will decide whether you are. So in the 1 year, what will be observed in you in 1 year? In the pranipatena sevaya, is it there in you? 1 year, it will be checked. Whether do you ipadallam panumata, don't worry. Yeah, I told you, no, I always maintain this. This is Kada Kalakshepam session. Story session, very good entertainment and time pass session. Neither am I an enlightened person, nor is anybody listening to me is an Achiketas. That is why we can freely, liberally talk about everything here. Able to follow. So in 1 year, in Prashnopanishad, he says, Eka samvatsara. Stay here and ask me this question after 1 year. It is not that you come back after 1 year and ask this question. Stay here and ask this question after 1 year. Abdina, what I should do for this 1 year? You will be assessed. You will be checked. What you will be checked? What you will be assessed? In the pranipatena seva irka. If in 1 year you are able to convince that you have these two, upadekshiyante te jnanam. That is the verse. Read the verse. Upadekshiyante te jnanam. Then you will be taught. Then you will be taught. அப்படின்னா இது நாள் வரைக்கும் பண்ணதெல்லாம் என்ன? To convince you that one day you have to come to that. Are you able to understand the link? Though knowing so much, though hearing all this, having known, what is it that is missing, that jnanam is not yet happening? Why? Know that means know that jnanam by pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So first we discussed what is pranipatena. Namaskara. This pranipatena has to start from early childhood. That's why culturally the children are taught to do prostration, no? Any elderly person comes, the first thing that you have to do is stand in the line and prostrate. By and by, what happens? By and by, there is a looking up to. By and by, you develop this attitude of you looking up to. Yeah. Ego looks up to itself. Wisdom looks up to everything else. Ego will ajnanam, ego, this ahankara, this ahambhava looks up to itself. As the I know. This ahambhava, this ahankara is what is called as I know. And as long as this ahambhava, ahankara of I know is there, you cannot gain this. This pranipatena, pariparshnena, sevayala, I am ready to do, sir. But idukalla deserve vara madri guruva how to find out? Shishya assessing the guru. Idu uda ignorance, there cannot be anything more ignorant than this. I am willing to do this service, I am willing to do seva, I will come to later. I have not yet come to seva. I am still discussing this pranipatena pariprashnena only. I am willing to do all this, but we should not get stuck with the wrong guru, no sir. Adu ippalla guru nale. Last night also I was saying. Last night also I was saying. Guru nale fear them nowadays. And no fault of anybody, because what you don't realize, what people don't realize is when there is one original product, there will be 99. Yeah. Original market varthukulla duplicates will flood the market. This is the reality of life. Original product varthukulla 99 duplicates will come, and you will not know how to distinguish. Please understand, it is not that you doesn't know how to distinguish. You do not want to pay the price. The person who is ready to pay the price will know where original is sold, where duplicate is. The person who doesn't want to pay the price now will have this difficulty. Are you able to follow? The person who is willing to pay the price, he will know exactly. He will know exactly where it is, what it is, Allah. I am willing to serve, but I need the right guru. In the 13th chapter, Acharyopasanam, he says. The 13th chapter, the qualities of the Jnani. Qualities of the Bhakta, he doesn't say Acharya Upasanam. Actually, Bhakti Yogathala, he doesn't say that in the 35 qualities of a Bhakta, he doesn't say Acharya Upasanam. In the 20 qualities of the Jnani, in the 13th chapter, he says Acharya Upasanam. Worshipping the Guru. Swagurum Pranamya. Elsewhere, he says Swagurum Pranamya. Unless you do this, knowledge will not, transformation will not happen. And what is seva? Service. What seva you can do to the Guru? You can't say, I will give you some ideas, sir. You can't say that, no. You can't go and tell him, I will give you some ideas. நீங்க இன்னைக்கு அதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிருந்தேன், ஆனா இதை இப்படி பெட்டரா சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம். You could have, இந்த மாதிரி சொல்லியிருந்தா it would have been much better. But you know better, sir. But you don't give what seva you can do to the Guru. Primarily, Guru doesn't need your seva. You do seva for your karma. You don't do seva to benefit the Guru. For Guru doesn't need your seva. You do seva for your benefit. You don't do seva for welfare of the Guru. Welfare அவரும் கஷ்டப்படுறாரு இல்லையா, அவரும் கஷ்டப்படுறாரு, அவருடைய கஷ்டத்துக்கும் ஏதாவது we should do. அவரும் கஷ்டப்படுறாருன்னா he is not a guru at all. He is faking, because what kashta he will have? He is saying Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam, and he has known it and he is established in it. What service to whom? Who can do? Who is serving whom? Therefore, it is not at all necessary for the Guru. It is entirely necessary for the Shishya. Seriya? Sevaya. Na, it is, I have to do seva for myself, not that Guru needs it. Micha service ko, Guru service ko difference da. In all other services, the other needs that. You go and do that. What is the difference? In all other areas, in all other services, that person is in need of that. You go and give which that person is in need. Guru seva, the Guru says, I don't. Not in an arrogant way, not in a this thing way. He says, there is no seva because he doesn't need anything. But still you do. You have to do. Why? Because seva indicates the reciprocation. Seva is an indicator of reciprocation. When you understand how much you are benefited, reciprocation happens. So seva is an indicator of how much you have understood that you are benefited. Are you able to follow? Seva is an external manifestation of the internal understanding of the benefit that you have received. When you really understand the benefit that you have received, what would you do? What would you do? In action, it will be shown. In action, it will be shown. Mentally, you will show it. Verbally, you will show it. Physically, you will show it. Through Kayam, you will show. Through Vacham, you will show. Through Manas, you will show. Kayena Vacha Manasendriyirva. Manasam, Vachikam, Kayakam. Through all these three, you will show. That is seva. Seva means action that comes out of all the three. What are the three? The thought, the word, the deed. What is the word? What is the word? Wherever you go, you praise the Guru. Gurum prakashate. Through word. Wherever you go, ego says, Swayam prakashate. It will glorify itself. Are you able to see the difference now? See, wherever you go, whatever you do, in whatever words you talk, you glorify yourself, no? Now, who's you are glorifying yourself. Shishya, wherever he goes, Gurum prakashate. He glorifies the Guru. If you are not glorifying the Guru, don't worry. Self-glorification. I am glorifying. With all humility, I am saying, sir, I am a very humble person. I'm saying this with real humility only. Maybe நீங்க கூட கொஞ்சம் arrogance எல்லாம் இருக்கலாம் மாதிரி இருக்கலாம். ஏன்னா sometimes you also raise your voice and your words are very stinging. So looks like உங்கள்ட்ட எல்லாம் கூட கொஞ்சம் ego எல்லாம் இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் நீங்க கொஞ்சம் பாத்துக்கோங்க. But I am telling you with all humility, I am a very humble person. And nobody can beat me in humility. The most arrogant statement is to say, I am a humble person. You know that, no? The most arrogant statement that you can make is, I am very humble. Idu puriyarthike or buddhi vaanum. To understand this itself, you need a bit of buddhi. So wherever you go, Gurum Prakashate is seva, verbal seva. What is verbal seva? Gurum Prakashate, not Swayam Prakashate. Because wherever the Shishya goes, because of his knowledge and understanding, he is worshipped and he is praised. Immediately what the Shishya says? Correct. Now, he will not say that. He will say what? Whatsoever I know, nothing is mine. It is all his. So, Vachikam karma. What is Vachikam karma? Wherever you go, you praise the Guru. Kayakam karma, actions through the body. What is that seva through the body? Mundakopanishad. Parikshya lokan karma chitan. This is Mundakopanishad mantra. Having examined the world thoroughly, Parikshya lokan karma chitan. Having examined the world thoroughly, Pariksha panni paatitaru. Parikshya lokan karma chitan. Having examined the world and associated actions in the world very thoroughly, clearly, having understood them as useless, Samitpani. He carries Samitpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Mundakopanishad. The same mantra he talks about both. What is the Shishya and what is the Guru? To such a person, the Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam will talk. Samitpani. He has not even met the Guru as yet. He has not even seen the Guru, but he is ready for service. Adha Samitpani. He has not even met the Guru. He has not even received any benefit from the Guru as yet. But that fellow is going in preparation. What is the preparation? Preparation to serve the Guru. In the 3 qualifications irunda, if you have these 3 qualifications and if you have these 3 qualities, that Guru will teach you. Tattva darshinaha. Tattva darshinaha. Knowers of truth. Knowers of truth. 3 வருஷம் கோர்ஸ் படிச்சிட்டு வந்த ஆளுங்கெல்லாம் கிடையாது. The person who actually knows it, they will teach you. That person will teach you. But as a receive pananuna, you should be able to receive it. The problem is not with him not giving knowledge. The problem is he is giving. The Guru is giving. We are not yet. We are not willing to purify ourselves to receive it. That willingness is not there for that self-purification. And how does the self-purification happens? Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. The wise who have realized the truth will teach. Abdina, what does it mean? You cannot do it by yourself. Self-help doesn't exist. Self-help doesn't exist. You have to learn it from the Guru. You have to learn it from the Guru. These are the days of, இப்போ வந்து அகம்பாவம் அகங்காரம் சொல்றது very poor words, because ahambavan ahankara has become so deep and so strong nowadays. We need to find new words to describe the ego of the person today. Why? Because they think that they can do it by Bhagavad Gita verse enna irukku mattum solli kudunga. Don't tell us what to do, what not to do. That and all that we will know by ourselves. Adala naanga paathukurom. What to do, what not to do, you don't tell us. Just teach what the verse is. And what is the verse saying? Idellam purinjikanumna pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya is required. So what is established here? Without the Guru, you cannot study, learn. Guru is essential. And the Guruன்ற வார்த்தையை இப்ப சொல்ல முடியாது, ஏன்னா எல்லாரும் குரு இல்லையா? பிசினஸ் குரு, எப்படி சீட் பண்றதுன்னு சொல்லி கொடுக்கறதுக்கு ஒரு குரு இல்லையா? அவர் தான் பிசினஸ் குரு. Who is the business guru? The fellow who teaches you how to cheat the other, and the other will not even know that he is getting cheated. இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் ஆச்சுன்னா terrorist guru. There will be a guru to teach you how to Guru. Who is a guru? What is guru? Darkness in you is, the darkness in you is removed. Whoever removes the darkness, that person is a guru. Shankaracharya goes on repeating it. Gurupadukavyam, he says, no? Gurupadukavyam. Every day prostrate, he says. Every day prostrate. Gurupadukavyam. Guru kitta kuda pohada, he says. Go and prostrate to his. It is not a Guru Namaskara. It is Namaskara to the Paduka. Paduka means Guru Padukavyam, not the feet. Yeah, the feet kitta porthu kuda I am not yet qualified. So what I worship the Padukas. Padukas na enna artham? அவர் என்ன பிராண்ட் வாங்கி போடுறாருன்னு பார்த்து அது ஒண்ணு வாங்கி வீட்டுல இல்லையா, அவர் வந்து ஆசிக்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றாருன்னு அது வாங்கி வச்சுக்கணும். அவர் நைக்கி யூஸ் பண்றாருன்னு அது வாங்கி வச்சுக்கணும். Gurupadukavyam. Worshipping the Guru's Padukas. Tat Vidhi. It's a command. Know that by pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Without a guru, you will not be able to. Without the Guru, you cannot do it by yourself. Ekalavya, Guru Shishya disciple, no, that Guru Shishya Sambandha, we have wonderful set of people. Ekalavya, extraordinary. Sitting in the forest, what all Dronacharya teaches them, he heard it here, he learnt it here. What all Dronacharya taught them in the Dronacharya was teaching the Pandavas and the Kauravas. The Pandavas, the Kauravas, Drishtadyumna, Ashwatthama, Dronacharya was teaching them. And Ekalavya wasn't even hiding and watching all that. He was in somewhere else. Now the Guru would have started his lessons there and he starts the training here. Now what all the Guru teaches them there, he knows it. Yeah. Dronacharya asks him, who taught you all this? Who taught you all this? Ekalavya says, how can you ask this question? How can you ask this question? For you taught me this. You taught me this. Modern day language solnumna adha sink. Yeah. Sink. Have to sink. He is in sync with the Guru. So what he taught there, he learnt it. He learnt it here. See, what was happening is Dronacharya taught one way of one type of shooting to Arjuna, which is extremely difficult. What is it is? You shoot that fellow will be just tied up. That's all. He will not be killed. He will be just tied up. He will not be killed. And Dronacharya told Arjuna that till date only two knows this, Arjuna, me, and obviously I know. That's why I was able to teach you. No, other fellow is you. So Arjuna thought, right. So I have something very unique which my Guru didn't teach others. With that pride, they all went hunting. And still Dronacharya, when they all go for hunting and all that, Dronacharya was doing his practice and his study. So, carefully follow. Ekalavya got attuned to that also. When he is doing that, a dog was barking. His dog was barking and disturbing. So what he did, he shot arrows which just close to the mouth of the dog, but the dog didn't get killed. And the dog ran away. And when the dog ran away, it ran through where these fellows were camping. Arjuna saw that. He was so angry, he came back to Dronacharya. How many people you taught like this, he asks. Literally, I am not exaggerating. This is the Mahabharata. He comes and asks, how many people have you taught like this? Dronacharya says, what are you talking, Arjuna? I don't understand what are you talking. You told me you only taught me. See, this fellow has shot like that. It means you have taught somebody else also. Dronacharya says, come, let us go and find out who shot that. That is how Dronacharya meets Ekalavya. Are able to know that this is the story. And then Dronacharya comes. Ekalavya asks, now that you have come to see me, my education is over. Now that you have come, my education is over. What should I give you as Guru Dakshina? Dronacharya says, na solliye kudukalappa, how can I? Yeah. அது வந்து அந்த சண்டே கிளாஸ்ல குருதட்சிணா வாங்குவார் பாரு, அந்த மாதிரி ஆள். அது சொல்லி கொடுக்காமையே தேட்டே குருதட்சிணா, அந்த மாதிரி ஆளுங்கள் தான். பட் ஐ ஆம் நாட் லைக் தட். ஐ ஹவ் நெவர் டாட் யூ எனிதிங். ஹவு கேன் ஐ டேக் குருதட்சிணா from you? Look at the Guru and look at the Shishya. அப்படி இருக்கணும். The Guru says, I have not, because all this you learnt by yourself. What did I teach you? The Shishya says, without you, I could not have gotten this. I need to give you Guru Dakshina. What I should give you? Last Ahambhava irukudanga. Last Ahambhava. What is the last Ahambhava? Archery in Ahambhava. That archer in Ahambhava. The archer in Ahambhava, how to cut that? So Dronacharya said, okay, now that you are insisting that I have to take Guru Dakshina, Angulimala Madri, cut your thumb and give it. If the thumb goes, all the knowledge of archery becomes useless after that. Why? Because you can't pull. And Ekalavya, without blinking, gives. Dronacharya gitta irundha disciples la only one fellow attained moksha. That is Ekalavya. Arjuna Bhagavad Gita kettalam kuda nothing happened to him. Even after listening to Bhagavad Gita, nothing happened to Arjuna. But that boy, what is it? Every morning, Ekalavya, he had an image of Dronacharya, Pranipatena, Pariprashnena, Sevaya. When you develop these, the Guru will come and teach, and you cannot learn it by yourself. If you have not done service to the Guru, that ingratitude produces mental unrest. You don't know the cause and effect. Please understand, even when he says do seva to the Guru, it is for your karmas, I said. What is the karma? When you have received knowledge and not recognized that and served, there will be a lot of mental unrest. And that mental unrest goes only by seva, service. Therefore do seva. Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. And this verse I will not continue to the next class. Ore class oda in the verse over. Adutadella we can go into idella thiruppi. As I told you, the rest of the Janma I can speak on this. Verse. Why service is indicated as a necessary discipline? It will bring the mental unrest down. The mental unrest is because of ingratitude, not recognized the benefit received and not repaying that is the karma, the mental unrest. Sir, அவருக்கு தான் எதுவும் வேணான்னு சொல்லியாச்சுன்னா வேணுங்கிறவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம் இல்லையா? அப்புறம் எதுக்கு அவருக்கு கொடுக்கணும்? You have received the benefit from him, you go and give it. Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. What is Pranipatena? Prostration. Namaskara. That is the culture. Meaning, when you are culturally brought up to do namaskara, the ego is, bending the ego becomes that much easy. Provided you supplement it with knowledge and understanding and all that. Illana, the very fact that you are doing namaskara will give so much of ego to you. So it is prostration. Second is Pariprashnena. What does Pariprashnena means? This mind of mine is having doubts. Swamiji. This mind of mine is having doubts. Give me some reasoning to quieten this stupid mind of mine is pariprasnena. I don't need a clarification, for I am taking the command and executing the command. Are you able to follow? I take the command and I execute the command. But on the purity and the while I'm executing the command, the mind comes and pollutes it. And when the mind is polluting it, I need some reasoning to tell the mind, give me some reasonings. That is pariprasnena. Seriya? Sevaya. Seva is an indicator of your gratitude. Seva is the direct indicator of your gratitude. To what extent you serve, to that extent you have gratitude. And seva means in action. And action means of three. What are the three? Manasam, Vachikam, Kayakam. Vachikam karma. I explained that. What is Vachikam karma? Wherever you go, you praise. Wherever you go, through your words, whom do you praise? What do you talk about? Gurum prakashate. Chandogya Upanishad says that. The Shishya has to prakasha the Guru. Avare prakasha parthika kudadu. Avare prakasha parthikirarna, the ego already. Yeah. Gurum prakashate. Wherever, that is where Krishna says, this I learned from my masters. This is Gurum prakashate. Are you able to follow? Krishna says, this is what I learned from my masters. And that master says, this is what I learned from my master. This is called Gurum prakashate through Vachikam karma. And then comes Kayakam karma. Physical service also. Physical service. Like in Prashna Upanishad, he said, Eka samvatsara. Stay here for 1 year and keep serving. Apra I will choose whether you are qualified to teach or abdina oru varshathukku in a free service. Free service to whom? To the Guru. All this qualifies you to receive the knowledge. Now you work backwards. After hearing so much of Shravana and Manana, where every one of us can give a non-stop 1.5 hours discourse also to another, still it is not, still no change in the personality means you can't read one more book. You can't read one more book, you can't read one more class, you can't ask me to start one more class. Yeah. Sir, innu or class edungola, adula vandruma. Pranipatena, pariprasnena, sevaya. Are you able to follow? You have these. The Guru will come and teach you. 35, 36, 37. And the Guru Kudukra knowledge nude benefit. 35, 36 and 37, which I am not going to do today. This is verse number 34. Yeah. Is it okay? So there are some clarifications which I'll try to see how much I can take. Shailesh. If the Jiva is not the subtle body and is neither Brahman, then what is the Jiva? Jiva is ignorance. Jiva is ignorance. That ignorance which causes this distinction of two. The ignorance which causes the distinction of the two. Are you able to follow, Shailesh? So, what is Jiva? Ignorance is that Jiva. What is ignorance? the duality. What is the duality? God and me are separate. The devotee and the God to which I am devoted to is two. That segregation is ignorance, which is what we call it as Jiva. Are you okay, Shailesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then மிச்சதெல்லாம் wooden chappals, footwear, feet, service எல்லாமும் இருக்கு. Okay, you can do me. Shankar, you can do me. அது யார்? SRL சங்கரா? அது சங்கர்னா எவ்வளோ சங்கர் இருக்கிறாங்க, யாருன்னு தெரியல. யூ கேன் டூ டு மீ ஆல்சோ சார் அப்படின்றாரு இல்லையா? அதுல கூட ஒரு ஈகோ. எதுக்கு சேகரையே நீங்க பிரைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க, என்னையும் கொஞ்சம் பிரைஸ் பண்ணுங்களேன்றாரு, அவ்வளவுதான். எதுக்கு நறுக்கு சேகருக்கே பிரைஸ் கிடைச்சிட்டு இருக்கு, பிரைஸ் மீ ஆல்சோ ஒன்ஸ் இன் அ வைல் ஹி இஸ் சேயிங். சோ ஐ எம் அஸ்யூமிங் இட் இஸ் SRL சங்கர். கரெக்டா? SRL சங்கர் தான் அது. ஓகே, அதுல கூட ஒரு ஈகோவா? அவர் இன்சல்ட் பண்ணா இன்சல்ட் மீ ஆல்சோ. வை ஆர் யூ ஒன்லி இன்சல்டிங் ஹிம்? அவங்க நம்மளே இருக்கிறதுல யாரு செத்த பாம்பு, ஹூ வில் நாட் ரிட்டாலியேட்னு பார்த்து அவரை போட்டு அடிச்சுன்னு இருக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? இதுல ஹார்ட், இதுல ஹார்ட் மீ ஆல்சோ டோன்ட். ஸோ SR அடுத்த வாரத்துல இருந்து ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிறேன், SRL சங்கர். ஸோ இப்ப 2 பேர் கிடைச்சிருக்கிறாங்க, சேகர் and Shankar. And you are all the witness for this. நீங்கள்லாம் தான் சாட்சி இதுக்கு. அவரா வாலண்டியரா கேட்டதுனால நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்ல இருந்து அவருக்கும்
sir.
Prasanna.
Yes, sir.
Is it only ingratitude and non-repayment to the Guru that can cause mental unrest, or can there be other reasons? For mental unrest, ingratitude is the reason. For mental unrest, ingratitude is the reason for mental unrest. Now, I have received from very many in the order of subtlety. I have received from many in the order of subtlety. What did I receive from my mother? The body I received. The womb, she kept me in the womb for 9 months, protected me. So I am grateful to that. Father, I received something from the father. I am grateful to that. I received something from the school teacher. I am grateful to that. I received something from my friends. I am grateful to that. But all this gratitude will not make you mentally free completely. Why? Because these are all temporary benefits that you have received. The Guru comes and gives you something which is qualitatively different. What is the qualitatively different thing that the Guru does?
He gives moksha.
Correct. Book இருக்குது மோக்ஷம். There is moksha for you சொல்றதுக்கு there is a book. There is the moksha for you சொல்றதுக்கு there is the book. Moksha is there when the Guru says it. It makes whole lot of a difference. The words gain life. The words gather life. The words of the Shastras gather life only when it comes through the Guru. So, Guru does 2 things. What? He is giving you the knowledge. He is giving life to the Shastras as it were. இதெல்லாம் சிஷ்யாவுடைய பாவா. Guru will not say all this. Guru says it is the Shastra, but I didn't say anything. That is, the Guru says. Now I am purely talking from the angle of the Shishya only. So from the angle of the Shishya, what happens? The words of the Shastra gains meaning only because of it came through the Guru. So what happens? Gratitude to the Guru. What is gratitude to the Guru again? First is, what is gratitude to the Guru? First is, when you say you have received gratitude and you want to show your gratitude, what is showing gratitude? Accepting him as an authority and obeying his command is showing gratitude. That will remove the mental unrest. Are you able to follow? Gratitude and accepting him as an authority, him or her, whatever the guru, whoever the Guru is, accepting the Guru as an authority and obeying and obedience to that command is the way in which gratitude is the way in which gratitude is shown to the Guru, and this gratitude quietens the mental unrest. And the presence of the Shishya and Seva to the Guru Allah is a pain and nuisance to the Guru. It's all it's a nuisance. But still he willingly goes through that. For what? So that your mental unrest comes down, and when your mental unrest comes down, you are in a better position to digest what he has taught you. Are you able to follow? Therefore, it is ingratitude that causes mental unrest in the order of subtlety. I was about to use the word superiority, which is a wrong word to use, in the order of subtlety. And what is the subtlest? The Guru. So what I have to do? I have to be grateful. And what is gratitude? Accepting the Guru as the authority. I have to see, when I accept somebody as an authority, I have to immediately obey the command. Then only authority is accepted. Indian Constitution is an authority. I obey that. I follow that. I can't say Indian Constitution authority, but I will not obey that. Then it is not the right way of doing it. Are you able to follow what I am saying? Therefore, can there be any other reasons? This is the reason. Seriya? Please explain Pariprashnena again. Don't worry. Artha class இது இன்னும் இருக்கு. சும்மா போய் சொல்றேன். இன்னையோட முடிக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இன்னையோடலாம் முடிக்கல. I'm going to talk about this Pranipatena, Pariprashnena, Seva in the next class also. And the technicalities kulla na innum pove illa. There are some more things for this Pranipatena, Pariprashnena and Seva. When I go there, I will describe, I will try to explain Pariprashnena again. But for today, I gave you the formula upon which we will develop the idea of Pariprashnena. The formula upon which we will develop the idea of Pariprashnena is, I remove myself from the doubt. Doubt, I say, is belonging to the mind. And I need the cooperation of the mind. Adukku give me some reason. Aduthaan Pariprashnena. That is why he uses the word special type of questioning. Pariprashnena means unique type of questioning, a special type of questioning. What is the special type of questioning? நீங்க சொல்றது புரியவே மாட்டேன்றது சார், அது கிடையாது. நீங்க சொல்றது புரிஞ்சிக்கவே முடியாது. I tell this to the Guru. You not telling me. We all say this to the Guru. What the Guru says cannot be understood. Full stop. But this mind of mine, Guru, eating me up from inside, coming up with so much of clarifications and all that. Give me something so that I can quieten that mind. That you question with this attitude. when you are questioning with this attitude of you not gaining clarity, but to quieten the mind, is called pariprashnena. சரியா? ஆர்டி பிரசாத் அப்படி பாக்குறாரு, இது என்ன புதுசா சொல்லினே இருக்கிறாரு, அப்படியே பாக்குறாரு அவர். இல்ல தெரியுது எனக்கு. New he keeps saying, but all new things is making it more and more impractical. Not making it anything beneficial. It is making it more and more difficult and tougher. This verse is like that, Prasad. நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? Pariprashnena. And Prasanna has asked this question. Very good, he asked. What is pariprashnena? You don't ask a question to gain clarity. Guru says, I am teaching you to give clarity. What the Shishya says? Shishya says, command I want. I don't need explanation from you. Tell me what I should. Tell me what I should do. Shishya steham shadimam tvam prapannam. Krishna, tell me what I should do. 650 verses of explanation la enakku vanda. Shishya says, command. I will do that. But the Guru knows what? Even though he is saying I am into a Shishya Nakuda, he has not yet matured into a Shishya. Why? Because mind is still so dominant, having lot of doubts. And this mind has to be attended to. And how to attend to the mind? Give some reasons to the mind. And where do you get the reason to quieten the mind? From the same Guru. And avarkitte rendum solrom. What is it? I don't need any explanation, but explain. I don't need any reasoning, but give me some reasoning. Are you able to follow? Idam pariprashnena. Why? Because I am convinced that my moksha is in you. My liberation is through you. I am convinced. Na mind summa irukkiradhu illaya. Mind comes up with its own doubts, no? Mind comes up with its own doubts. Mind comes up with its own insecurities. Mind comes up with its own threat. அது பேப்பரை திறந்து பார்த்தா இல்லையா, ஜெயிலுக்குள்ள போய் பார்த்தா டெரரிஸ்ட விட குருஸ் தான் நிறைய இருக்கிறாங்க ஜெயில இப்போ. இல்லையா, நம்பர் ஆஃப் குருஸ் இன் ஜெயிலா, நம்பர் ஆஃப் டெரரிஸ்ட் இன் ஜெயில்னா, குருஸ் ஆர் ஆக்கியூபைங் மோர் செல்ஸ் தென் த others. In the mind comes up with its own doubts and all that. Pariprashnena. சரியா பிரசன்னா? Yeah, I will continue it in the next. There is some more. I will continue it in the next session also. Avlo seekranla we will not. Avlo seekranla I will not go to the next verse allam. Goods train mari I will stay put in. ஒரு ஸ்டேஷன்லயும் கொஞ்ச நேரம் உட்காரணும். அது குட்ஸ் ட்ரெயின் மாதிரி உட்காரணும். அப்பதான் எனக்கு ஒரு சாட்டிஸ்பாக்சன். Okay, Prasanna?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why, Mohan? Why mind doesn't get tired on the pleasure, but in pain it does? Mohan, mind gets tired on pleasure also. You can't say that. It is wrong to say mind doesn't get tired of pleasure. Mind gets tired of pleasure. What is mind getting tired of pleasure? Bore adigaradu sir you say, no? I am bored, sir. Unga class romba bore adigaruduna enna artham? Your boredom is pleasure. Mind is, when the mind gets tired of pleasure, it says I am bored. When the mind gets tired of suffering, it says I am in pain. Purida? Boredom na, when you say I am bored, suffocated with boredom, sir. I really don't know what to do. And if you look at the fellow who is bored, he will have everything around him. Then only he will be bored, correct? So it is wrong to say mind doesn't get tired on the pleasure. It is wrong. Mind gets tired of pleasure and mind gets tired of sukha and dukkha. Sukhathukkum it gets tired. Aduthan boredom. Dukkhathukku it gets pain. So it wants to get out of boredom and it wants to get out of pain. Are you able to follow? Therefore, it is wrong to say that mind doesn't get tired of pleasure. Mind is tired of both. Mind is tired of pleasure as well as pain. Percentage wise பார்த்தோம்னா pain ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கு அவ்வளவுதான். Percentage wise it may appear to be more அவ்வளவுதான். But answer is it gets tired of both. It gets tired of both pleasure and pain. Is it okay, Mohan? அவரை கொஞ்சம் இருங்க உங்களை அன்மியூட் பண்ணணும். சொல்லுங்க இப்போ. Is he unmuted or nobody likes your voice, Mohan? உங்களை அன்மியூட் பண்றதுக்கு nobody is willing to unmute you. You are I think everybody a lot. They are bored of you and frustrated of you. சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, I think only the percentage varies. I think the pain is very high, the boredom is relatively less.
Correct.
But by nature of the mind, we start for more and more pleasure continuously, whether it is hours bored.
Correct.
We want pleasure.
Correct. That's what I said.
Life is gone in search of this pleasure.
And the percentage proportion are different. It is only the difference of proportion. But nevertheless,
it still exists.
Still is existing. Do you ever know suicides out of boredom is more than suicide out of pain? You know that?
Oh, it's news to me, sir.
Suicide out of boredom. ஏன்னா எல்லாம் இருக்குது அவ்வளவுதான். இனிமே புதுசா nothing can give you any more joy to me. Commit suicide. Boredom. Nothing can give joy to me. எல்லாம் இருக்குது. What more I can get that will give me joy to me? Nothing. Most of the suicide, extreme frustrations happens through boredom.
Okay.
But on the level ku varadhukku, Swamiji says no, like a joke. If I have to curse somebody, what he will curse? Like a joke, he says no. If I have to curse somebody, I will not curse anybody. But if I have to curse somebody, I will curse. What? May you become a multi-billionaire. May you become a multi-billionaire. Everybody says, bless me that I will become a multi-billionaire. Wealth fatigue syndrome. He talks about it. Boredom. Yes. Wealth fatigue, boredom. And that is extremely painful. That is extremely painful. So in that way, pleasure also causes boredom, which is another kind of, for want of words, I am using the word pain again. Seriya?
Okay, sir.
So mind goes through both. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Last one, with this I conclude. Sivajnanam. In Ekalaiva, Guru Bhava itself enlightened him. How remotely learning and intellectual growth happens through Bhava? Sivajnanam. That's a story. Real life la direct ah பண்ணனும். ஏகலைவ மாதிரி நான் சிங்க் ஆயிக்கட்டுமான்ல. Yeah, what Sivajnanam is asking is, the Ekalaiva story is a very good excuse, sir. இந்த சிங்க்லயே அப்படியே கத்துன்றலாமே. Don't try that, Sivajnanam. அதெல்லாம் நடக்காது. பிரணிபாத்தேன பரிப்ரஷ்னன சேவையா directly has to be done. What it means is, in that Ekalaiva story, what I was trying to explain is that what is that how learning happens when he has this bhava. To start with, you have to do pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya ella director. Seriya?
Okay.
Enga building la open pantangala. My building is open now. Purunja sari. Illana illaya. Tube light irundha onnum seiya mudiyadhu. My building, Shekhar, building is open now. நேத்திலேருந்து ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டோம், நியூஸ் போட்டிருக்கிறாங்க குரூப்ல. இன்னைக்கு யாருக்காவது கொரோனா வந்திருக்கும், க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க சாயங்காலத்துக்குள்ள. அது வேற கதை. சரியா? சிவஞானம் பிரணிபாதேன பரிபிரஷ்னேன சேவையா all has to be done directly. Guru Prasad, how to respond to a person who is egoistic, and especially if we are in relationship with that person? Guru Prasad is asking how to respond to a person who is egoistic, and especially if you are in relationship with that person. Egoistic person oda relationship vechikudadu. If you have to have a relationship with the egoistic person, you have to be ready to pay you have to willingly accept the consequences. What are the consequences of relating to an egoistic person? What are the consequences of relating to an egoistic person? The consequences of relating to an egoistic person is, how much ever you do, they will come back and say, what have you done? How much ever you do, they will turn back and say, what have you done? And then you give a list of what all you have done. Idella or periya vishayama. As though you deserve a Nobel Prize for this. The consequences of associating with the egoistic person is what? Suffocation. You will be suffocated. When you are associating with the egoistic person, you will be suffocated. What is the suffocation? You cater to that person, you pamper that person, you cater to that person, you pamper that person. How much ever you cater and pamper, the end result of the relationship is deterioration in that relationship. Fault is not with the other person, fault is not with you also. When two egoistic persons associate, this is what will happen. Of the two, even if one is not egoistic, there will not be a relationship problem at all. The relationship problem arises only when both are egoistic. Vedanta says, you can't do anything to remove the ego of the other person, but you can remove your ego. Therefore, this is how to deal with the person who is egoistic. You remove your ego. Then you can have a wonderful relationship with that person. Otherwise, one blind person associating with another blind person. One ignorant person associating with another ignorant person. One ignorant person associating with another ignorant person, both will not become knowledgeable, no? One ignorant person associating with another ignorant person, what will be the result of that relationship? Just ignorance. So at least one has to be knowledgeable. Guru Prasad. With this, we conclude for today. And is it okay, Guru? With this, we conclude for today, and we continue next week. Hari Om.